We are no Jedi.
Yes! That's awesome!
My friends, Ahsoka is finally here, and now the discussion can begin. The brand new series from Dave Filoni premiered with the first 2 episodes, and it did not disappoint. So what's up, guys, and welcome back to Jones Vibes. Hit the like button if you're a Star Wars fan, and let's dive into Ahsoka. So okay, yeah, I posted on my community tab just kind of telling all of you about my Rebels experience and how I actually just finished it for the first time.
What did he say?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much knew all of the spoilers and I knew what was going to happen, but I finally set aside the time to watch it, and guys, what the hell have I been doing all this time? That show freaking rules. And you know, it made me think Dave Filoni was one of the many geniuses that worked on my favorite show of all time, Avatar: The Last Airbender. And so watching how it transferred to Rebels was just a beautiful thing. Ezra, Kanan, Sabine, Zed, Chopper, Hera, THRAWN, Ahsoka, like every character is written so well. And so my hype level for Ahsoka has never been higher. Truly, I don't think I've been this hyped for a Star Wars project since The Last Jedi. I've been a fan of Star Wars my whole life, but the obsession is something that's new. Like after The Last Jedi, I feel like my love and passion for Star Wars has been slowly rising, and now I'm at this point where it's like bubbling over, and it's crazy. It's just crazy how deep it runs. Like, I love this franchise so much. And so I sat down and I let these episodes wash over me, and my goodness, were they good. Dave delivered. Guys, he really did, and I can tell you this right now, he is the guy to shepherd Star Wars into the future. 100%. Like, I know it's just 2 episodes, but after this and everything he's done in the past, like, it's just time to give him the keys. But today, I'm gonna briefly just break down my thoughts on episodes 1 and 2, and then I'm gonna try to post 1 or 2 more in-depth videos about these episodes here before episode 3 comes out. So put on the notifications and subscribe to make sure you keep up for those. But episode 1, The Master and the Apprentice, the way that it starts, it really gave me chills. There's something about seeing a crawl that just is Star Wars. Kathleen Kennedy's actually said that all projects moving forward will have one, and I'm so happy about that. It feels off without it. But the way that this first episode moves was just perfect to me. I've already heard that some people are talking about the pacing, and I don't know, it just makes me think like some people's attention spans can't handle not having like a little pew pew every 10 seconds. It's ridiculous. There was a lot of room for this first episode to breathe and to just kind of marinate and put you in this show. We start with Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati, and these two are easily my new favorite characters in Star Wars, like no doubt. We see that he's using an old Jedi clearance code, and so that right there tells us a little bit, and then we find out later that he was a Jedi and he went rogue after Order 66 like so many others did, and then clearly he's taken up a Padawan, Shin, and isn't she just the coolest? And I was thinking about it like she could be his daughter or something. She's so young, and so if she's not, I'm just curious how they met. Like, what puts them two together? She has that Padawan braid, but they're not Jedi, and so they're just kind of right in the middle. They have these orange lightsabers. It's very apparent that they're sort of evil, and that's awesome. Honestly, just the way that they established their dominance was freaking sick, like cutting everyone down and rescuing Morgan Elsbeth. And I appreciated that right there because it kind of helped place where we are in my head. Things are taking place pretty soon after, what was it, episode 13 or something like that in Mando Season 2, The Jedi, that episode. So we kind of know where we are, and then this opening title card hits. And right around this point, I started to realize that Kevin Kiner, his score freaking rules. And that already is what is going to set this show apart. But I think that this first episode, just in general, does an excellent job of placing us back in this story. You know, we pick up with Ahsoka on this Indiana Jones adventure where she finds the map and then is immediately fighting assassin droids, and we get to see Hugh Yang, and he's voiced by David Tennant, and we just start on this journey, and we see freaking Hera and Sabine, and Clancy Brown, the voice actor for Ryder Azadi, playing Ryder Azadi, and seeing the mural behind them painted in the animated Rebels form, and seeing the landscape of Lothal. I just was overly emotional, I really was, and then seeing the relationship between Sabine Sabine and Ahsoka, it got me really interested, and I've already seen, you know, some confusion out there because Sabine isn't a Jedi. But after watching both these episodes, like, I fully understand it. It makes a good case. She is slightly Force sensitive, and it's part of her journey to know and understand the Force in order to save Ezra. It also allows for Ahsoka to step into the role as Master. I love it. I love that. I love all of that. And everything else, the costumes and the practical sets, the rock and roll speeder chase, the hologram of Ezra speaking to Sabine, the cute little Loth cat, who I was worried about the entire episode, by the way, because Sabine comes in and she feeds this cat and it's adorable. But then all of a sudden, everybody's just kind of coming and going, and this cat's sitting there. I just got really worried that, like, nobody's feeding this thing. Like, is it okay? It's probably hungry, but I digress. But yeah, the Rebel side of things was so well done, and also the dark side, or gray side. Like, we see Shin, when she gets to Lothal, send out a tracking droid in this eerily similar way to Maul in Phantom Menace. And her and Baylan's composure and energy is so confident and powerful that I'm just obsessed. She battles Sabine, and that fight was incredible, especially the fact that they were bold enough to stab Sabine. Like, that shook me a little bit. And gosh, I feel another rant coming on. I'm sorry, guys, but you know something that's been pissing me off is kind of watching some of these reviews about it. Everybody keeps making the comment like, and Qui-Gon Jinn was just there rolling in his grave because he got stabbed and he didn't survive. Qui-Gon Jinn gets stabbed and he dies like 2 minutes later. He clearly was stabbed in a place that killed him quickly. All of these other people that have gotten stabbed, they clearly weren't stabbed in that place that, like, killed them immediately. She clearly was just stabbed in a place where it was able to heal. Luckily, she was saved. And so, I don't know. I just don't like the comparison to Qui-Gon Jinn because it's always just this thing that's kind of making fun of new Star Wars and, oh, everybody survives now, when it's like, well, no, I mean, she just got lucky and she got stabbed in that place. I don't know. Those are just my thoughts. End rant. But anyway, they're working with Morgan to find THRAWN, and after obtaining that map, we see live action magic performed, and that changes the game, ladies and gentlemen. Seriously, Star Wars is heading into new territories, and that's what excites me the most. But then moving on, the second episode was phenomenal as well. It's called Toil and Trouble, referencing the witches from Macbeth or Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. But the quality didn't stop after the first episode. It just continued right along. We meet Chopper in live action, who looked perfect to me, and we hit on some Last Jedi notes as well, kind of showcasing the greed in the galaxy. A lot of these people aren't in it for the politics, they're in it for money and for power. Kind of reminds you of the real world, right? And there are still all of these Empire remnants scattered across the galaxy, and so the New Republic, how'd you say it? They're naive. And it's going to be interesting because we're going to see it all slowly go downhill, and we're going to see the rise of the First Order. Like, that's going to be crazy. But then we also get this Inquisitor, Merrick, this acrobatic ninja with an Inquisitor double blade. And that fight with him and Ahsoka went hard, dude. It was such a good sequence, and I loved that they ended up getting the tracker onto the transport, but the bad guys got away. Like, when the show started, everything was kind of okay, and over the span of these 2 episodes, now things are kind of left in chaos. Left in a place that we now need to journey from. We have our motivation now, and it brings such new meaning to the ending of Rebels. And mirroring that final shot was nothing short of incredible to me. I really did get teary-eyed because, gosh, I don't know. Star Wars, man. It's just so good. But you guys know me, I'm Mr. Hype as always, but you might not feel the same way. So please leave all of your comments, questions, and theories down below. You know, where is this all heading? How is THRAWN communicating through space and time? Would it be the world between worlds? We're gonna have to find out. Also, remember that I'm gonna be making Ahsoka content weekly, so please keep up here on the channel. You can give this video a like if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to reach out to me on X, you can follow me at Jones Vibes only. But remember, guys, keep up the good vibes because Ahsoka rules and life is great.